afternoon, Outliers. How are y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. Tell you what, it is a pretty happy Thursday, isn't it? We are seeing some huge wins on the board. I've got more money in my trading account than I ever have in my entire life. I ain't mad about that, but I am certainly glad to see you all here today. Let's see who's here. Randy's here. Leo's here. Alex is here. Wes is here. Aloha, Max. Michael says, dang, thought I had the wrong day again. Good to see you, my friend. Tug is here. Michael's here. Yorn is here. It's great to see all of you Outliers here today. It's been a good day. It's been a real good day. I'm sure you know why I'm smiling. Hang on. Let me do some clickies. John Louis here. I'm sure you know why I'm smiling. Entire screen. I'm sure you know why I'm smiling. The three trades that we have on right now are all looking pretty dang great. That's why I'm smiling. You've got Light up 6% right now. You've got CIEN up 2.25% right now. You've got NRG up 1% right now, which that's a frustrating one, right? Last night in the Discord, who said that in the Discord? I think it was Alex. Let me go over to that real quick. Yeah, Alex was saying how NRG was up 7% after hours. It was up 9% when I looked at it. And I was like, oh, freaking come on. I hope it holds, right? And you know how it goes after hours. It never really works out like that. It's up 1% right now. So not exciting as it could have been, but still pretty freaking sweet, right, Brian? So we have a ton to go through today. Randy says, with the results we're getting, I'll have to increase my trade sizes. Start with tying positions. Need to move up to 5%. Randy, I think you said you were at 1%, right? Yeah. I'll give you a little hint behind the scenes that you probably didn't need to know about, but you're gonna. I just put about 30% more into my trading account last week while we were down, while we were offline, basically. And I've increased my position size to 7%. So I'm throwing some big monies around right now. I ain't mad about it. Did NRG have earnings that we missed? No, they had some news come out. Let's jump into that news real quick. Hang on. I just saw it earlier. Okay, so NRG lifts their fiscal year 2024 adjusted EBITDA guidance. Basically, they're telling everybody, hey, we're actually going to make more money than we're doing before. So everybody was like, freaking sweet, let's go. Yeah, buddy. Hey, Sebastian. Wes is here. He says I went from 2.5, but I got to go 3.5. Yes, my friend. All right. So that was the reasoning behind NRG, right? And Light actually got some news as well. I didn't know this. I was looking at this earlier. This is a cool little feature inside TrendSpider. It'll show you the news feed. It says this manufacturer and somebody else are among several names listed as potential candidates for an Nvidia acquisition. Ooh, I tell you what. And generally, acquisitions go way above market price. So if it's currently at $65-ish, Nvidia may offer $85 or $100 even. So this may just be getting started here. But I'm just going to follow my rules either way, right? Yorn says, cool. I thought maybe we missed earnings. Good to know our filters worked. Exactly. I saw this video. I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about it. But before I do, there is a video I need you to go watch because it is so good. It's on the James Janney channel. I watched this yesterday. It's called Inside an Investment Cult. And it's these people who are basically completely brainwashed on GameStop, right? GameStop from 2021, right? They're still holding it. They're still buying it. They are still like buying more every single day. And they are completely brainwashed. And it is so good. In fact, I thought it was the whole thing. And then at the end, it opened up a new can of worms. So it's apparently a whole thing where there's these online communities built around one single stock. And he talked about Bed Bath & Beyond, AMC. So really, really, really good. Incredibly well done documentary. And the next one comes out in a couple days, which I'll be the first in line to watch that one. So go watch that. Really, really good. It really tells the power of trading psychology at work. And if you don't have it, how much it can screw over your entire life. But this one here, I saw just a couple minutes ago. This title, it said the world's largest short squeeze just started again. And that's what made me think of GameStop, because they have this idea there's going to be the MOAS, the mother of all short squeezes is going to happen, which is never going to happen. And so that's why a lot of them are still owning GameStop. So let's watch a couple minutes of this. I want to see what this says. And as Brian says, P.T. Barnum once said, there's a sucker born every minute. Sebastian said, couldn't watch yesterday. It missed NRG. Was really upset looking at the after hours games, but not as bad anymore. And then Jorn was saying, remember, there's always going to be more trades. All right.
The number one question we're getting right now on the channel is, are markets overbought? Well, as it turns out, the bullish percent index and dark pool liquidity continue to say that that may be the case. And as markets synchronize across the board with many big points and stocks being reached over the last 24 hours, we need to talk about the sudden weakness that we're getting in the small caps after the 50 basis point cut from the Federal Reserve. Also, where do the next big opportunities lie? Are they gold, metals, or of course, could it be the international markets? Well, they steamed up over the last week, and we were, of course, along for the ride. Join us as we talk about why all of this is happening and some very interesting data that might blow your mind. See you on the other side.
All right, let's skip forward on this. I want to see what is...
Well, welcome back, everybody. Go through today. But first up, an indicator that we used back in 2023. It's back again, and that is the bullish percent index, a favorite of many people on the channel. Well, guess where we're at again? First time getting really above that 70.
Bullish percent index. Wow, does that sound really familiar as to the market breadth index that we have inside of OVTLYR? Huh, interesting. And it even tells you when it's reaching highs and starts to curve back around and maybe even go back down. Bullish percent index, interesting.
25 this year. Now, if you know bullish percent index, you'll know that when you get above these levels, you've got to start being a little bit more cautious in the bull run. In fact,
which is exactly how we trade market breadth. In fact, that's in my rules here. I love when I can see some confluence from other people, right? When it gets over 75, only enter if breadth is still moving up. So if it goes from like 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, and then goes back to 76, that's when I stop trading. Let's go over here.
If markets then turn back below the 70, that can be a good signal that you're going to a bit of a deeper pullback. Not an exceptionally deep pullback, maybe in the vicinity of 5% or so, but this is something that we've had before. It alerted us to, of course, the sell during the August into October period of 2020.
All right, so that's what he's saying. Sometimes these videos just irritate me. I was hoping he would have more than saying, oh, look at what he did last year. Sure he did, right? So August of 2023. What did this look like? Now, this indicator didn't exist at this time, but yeah, it was very bearish until late August, nearly October, or nearly September, I should say.
23, and it also gave us those strong buy thrust signals when it comes to finding those lows and the bottoms. So could we be seeing it again? Well, we certainly could, and we've got more on that coming up as we go through the options flow a little bit soon. But let's talk now Chinese stocks, because this has been the
I don't want to talk Chinese stocks.
For relative returns is showing that we are now one standard deviation away. So this basically means that the S&P 500 is now improving at a faster rate than the NASDAQ itself, and it's become the leader. Now, that's not normal, of course, in a lot of the most recent big runs that we've had. In 2001 in particular, or 2021, we had a huge move, of course, in the big tech companies. Then back in the thrust of the early 2024, when AI was the big thing and everyone was talking about Nvidia, we saw a massive thrust and lead from big tech. It makes sense to slow down at that point, but we're now getting into some areas of interest. If we go down to 2 standard deviations, and we'll update the chart if that ever does happen, these can be very good periods to start looking for tech stocks. Now, 1 standard deviation is already not bad, but things could...
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the kind of video I was hoping for, unfortunately. Hey, Peter, good to see you. So yeah, we're going to stop it here. Point is, look at the data, right? Wherever your data is coming from, you can find all kinds of interesting data points. But in my opinion, being that we have OVTLYR, we've got probably the best data points in the world, and our stock trades today definitely reflect that. Let's take a look at it right now in our market analysis. Welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple, and as an outlier, you know how to save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Ewell. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I'm a partner with Outlier, and this is my style of trading using the Outlier data, and I call it the golden ticket trading strategy. And now you're seeing why I call it the golden ticket trading strategy, right? A lot of people have been commenting in the Discord just how well this works. Pretty sweet, right? But how does Outlier work? It's a four-step process. Outlier monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. Number two, Outlier determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy, and by how much. Outlier gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. And number four, that allows you to get into the stock before the Outlier move happens. So let's take a look at today's member highlight. And I got a lot of member highlights today because you guys are rock stars. All right. So in the Discord, it's been busy the last 24 hours or so. First, Michael came through with talking about great book suggestion in the trading room last week. New Trader, Rich Trader. The audio is great, but you might also want to purchase the physical book because there's so much wisdom in this, right? Absolutely agree. Steve is a good friend of mine. Steve Burns, the author, is a good friend of mine. And I actually interviewed him about this book. I interviewed him 100 times at least. But we specifically talked on that book right there. So if you want to go check that out sometime, by all means, go for it. But yeah, that book is really freaking sweet. Max was asking about day trading, which I don't day trade into anything. I only day trade out. And here's the rules that I have around it, which we cover if we need to. KX Chance is, he lives on the other side of the earth, but heard us talking about him. So that was cool. And can you also guide us on how to roll options and lock in profit? Oh my goodness, my friend. I will be rolling on Light. I will be rolling on CIEN. And it's unlikely that we're going to get $1 on Energy. But if we do, I'm going to be rolling on Energy as well. So yeah, follow along with that today. That's going to be great. In the share your big wins section, man, this has been great. Peter, Alex, hang on, let me go back. Michael yesterday talked about a 13% win, and he ran it through the golden ticket strategy, and then he managed to get 13% on that. Really freaking sweet. I'm telling you guys, I trade this with my real money, and I'm so stoked to see you guys doing the same. Alex said he followed the golden ticket strategy on TNA and exited the trade up 114%. Way to go, Alex. That's freaking sweet. Peter says, well, made some profit on Dollar General, and Chris covered it a couple of days ago. I certainly did. So way to go, Peter. Michael's also saying he bought, it wasn't an outlier pick, but he bought AST or ATS about a year ago. And he finally got out of it today for a 75% gain, basically. Way to go. Randy's talking about CIEN up 32%, 50% on Light, 18% on Energy, and the fact that I got out of FI yesterday for a nickel. So that was annoying. But you know, you got to follow your rules, and I missed that one, but I got out. Brian says he used Outlier to identify MasterCard, right? MA is MasterCard, as a possible stock to enter, began looking midday, and he purchased a put, and it looks like he made some money on it. So way to go, Brian. Man, how great is this, right? I'm so stoked to hear all of your successes, right? And then Leo sent me this GIF, which I absolutely stole, and you will see this later. And from now on, roll up, you will. So way to go, everybody. This is so much fun to be able to trade alongside with you, right? Because I mean, I do this anyway, and now I get to do this with you, and you need to be sure to share this, right? Michael says, Outlier hedge fund coming soon. Market Wizards here. Dude, I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a while, and I think you guys are starting to pick up on it. What we have is world changing. What we have here is game changing. And you're seeing it day in and day out, right? It's not just a random guy on the internet saying, oh, how great is this? No, it's a random guy on the internet that you get to watch do it every day. So the credibility goes through the roof because you see it, I see it, we all trade it. And yeah, we're going to rewrite the Market Wizards. That's for sure. So let's go here and be sure to share your stories in the Discord. We love featuring these. We love hearing your success stories and how you're using OVTLYR. And remember, the first rule of OVTLYR is you tell everyone about OVTLYR. And I know you're already subscribed, so go ahead and hit the like button for me. That lets YouTube know just how much you enjoy the OVTLYR content. And now let's get busy, right? The golden ticket trading strategy starts with the market, the 10 over the 20, the price over the 50 on the SPY. Let's go to the SPY real quick. Let's make myself smaller. We have 10, 20, 50. We have an order block that finally came through as of this morning on the SPY. And if it closes above this point, it goes away. If it closes under this point, it will stay on for a couple days. So do be mindful of that. I think it does have legs, though, to cross over there. Where is that level at? 572.91. So it's very possible that could close over that. I'm not really stressing on it because we have the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. All is good there. Set new all-time highs today as well. If you did trade the SPY buy signal from a couple days ago, it's up a little bit right now. You remember I didn't trade it because it wasn't it didn't have the right it's definitely liquid, but the pricing was outrageous. Brian says Yoda knows all. All right, moving on. So this is bullish. Next, the market breadth. We looked at it just a moment ago, but yeah, this is still bullish. Let me scoot over, slam it all the way to the right. It is still bullish right now. I'm still interested in trading until it comes back under the 10 EMA. Okay, so this is the percent of stocks on the bull list. And as long as that is above the 10 EMA, I'm interested. Next is the master key that unlocks the rest of the trading strategy. We have the SPY has a buy signal. The market trend is bullish. The market breadth is bullish. And sector breadth, we have two sectors right now that are bearish: industrials and real estate. Industrials hit like really, really high and it's now starting to come back down. So I'm not trading that one. And then real estate is just not doing so great right now anyway. So there are every other sector is still bullish as of right now. Next, before we put on any new trades, I want to look to reduce risk. Before you put on any new trade, you look to reduce risk. You have to. So let's oh, wait a minute. Someone shared their big wins. Dave, 204% overnight. Congratulate. Oh, he just put it here too. Congratulations. Dudes, you guys are rocking it. All right, let's start with light. We're going to start here, work our way down. What a glorious rocket ship right there, right? I am so stoked about this trade. We got in at 61.01. It rocket shipped way, way up. Now it's at $65 and rising. What do we do with that? Well, roll up you will. That's what we do with it. I told you I'd see it. All right, now why would we look to roll? The stock has moved at least one ATR in our direction. Can I roll up for a credit? Oh yeah, we definitely can. And as one order, I'm going to sell to close the original position and buy to open closer to the money, same number of contracts. This frees up partial profits now, takes partial profits now. It frees up capital now, and it keeps the trade alive. And then we're going to move up the half ATR point to where we are at this moment, right? So one step at a time, though, we need to confirm the heat map hasn't stalled already. Got myself in trouble with that yesterday on FI. Thankfully, I went in and back out, managed to take a nickel out of it. Just pure luck on that. But yesterday, it was G18. Today, it is G20. That looks good. I said I'd get out at G26, so I am comfortable rolling it. We're not hitting the half ATR or the 10 EMA. There's no order blocks in our way right now. I believe that's all of our exit criterias. 10 EMA, half ATR, order blocks, heat map is stalled, and clearly it's not below yesterday's low. We got our 10-point spread we already talked about here at G26. I'm ready to roll it. So we need to go to light. This was the 55s. I remember it was both light and CIEN. We had the 55s. So I'm looking to roll up the light 55s. Yeah, just making sure I was looking at light. Rolling up the light 55s. Roll strikes up. So we could roll it to the 57.5s. That's got plenty of liquidity there. Or we could even roll it up to the 60s. That's got more liquidity there. So it'd be a sell to close the 55s, buy to open the 60s, $4.30. It takes it from a 91 delta to a 77 delta, which is totally great. Liquidity's there, extrinsic value's there, the spread is there. Let's go. I like it. So I'm going to roll from the 55, sell to close the 55, buy to open the 60, same number of contracts. See where I can get filled. Ooh, that was quick. Filled at 430. Thank you very much. So I'm filled at 430. So let's take a real quick math lesson on how this works. So I got into light. Here, we'll go through the Discord so you can follow along where I'm getting this from. Got into light here. Apply. Let me find one where I rolled. All right, today is 9/26/24. Rolled light 55 calls up to the 60s. And I did it for $4.30, which is cool. You're never going to get over that spread, okay? Like, you mathematically won't be able to. And if you try to, your broker's going to say that's too big. Like, let's say you put in for 505 on the credit. Your broker's going to say you can't do that. You're limited to $5. You're never going to get $5 because that would be impossible. But you can get pretty close to it. So $4.30. Now, I wanted to mention that because when you do the math, all right. So I paid $6.90 to get into the calls, right? So let's say minus $6.90, because that was money that came out of my account. Now I just added back $4.30 in credit. So my total risk in the trade is only $2.60 right now, which is, less than half of what we started with. Then $2.60 plus the value of it right now, which the value of the 60 calls is, let's call it 630. So 630 plus the profit we just took, so 430, means that we got out right around 1060, which makes sense. We got into the trade at 690. So 1060 minus 690 divided by 690, which means we're up 53.6% on it right now. Not so bad at all. Thank you very much. Let me mark this down that I rolled it up for 430 real quick before I forget. On light. So 430. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Oh, but before we do that, let's find our half ATR value and move it up to there. So the current ATR is 253, 254. So 2.54 divided by 2. Okay, $1.27. So we want to take the current price where we just rolled it, 65.14 minus $1.27, 63.87. Now, why am I doing that? If it closes below 63.87, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge, right? I'm taking my money and getting out of the way. But if it continues on, I'm going to let it run, okay? This is my backstop, right? I moved this up because I want to be close. Like, let's say it comes down to here. I don't want it to, but let's say it does, right? I want to get on. I want to move on from that. But let's go ahead and put where we rolled it, 65.13, I believe is what we said. I just got 65.14. It doesn't really matter where we rolled it at this point. It's doing great. Randy said, you did great. My trade's still working. Oh, I did do good, didn't I? Randy, try take it down a nickel, like 4 1/4. So 55 to 60. Yeah, I don't know how I got filled. It was like instant fill. I'm mad. All right, so I'm done with light. I'm in the 60s now. Let's move on to CIEN, CIEN. It's right at our rolling point right now. Okay, so let's go through this again. Stock moves one ATR in your direction. Can you roll up for a credit? Absolutely, I know we can. As one order, sell to close the original position, buy to open closer to the money, same number of contracts and same liquidity standards. Takes partial profits now, frees up capital now, keeps the trade alive. And then we'll move the ATR point, the half ATR point. So Sebastian got it at 429. CIEN. Let's take a look at CIEN. But before we do that, let's look over here at CIEN. Randy got it 4.25. Okay, cool. There is a story. I forget where I heard it from, but it was I feel like it might have been in the Orange book, the How to Make Money in Stocks book, about trying to get the perfect price. Not that you were doing that, Randy. I'm just using it as an example, and saying like, I'm only going to do this if it gets filled at 4:30, right? And then you wait, and you never get filled. And then that goes on to be one of the greatest trades ever of all time. And you're sitting there on your hands, not having bought it because you didn't want to go up a nickel or you didn't want to go down a nickel, right? So I'm very quick to say, you know, if it's not working, let me move. Because getting in, getting out, getting that liquidity is more important to me than saving a couple bucks here or there. So just my opinion. Randy, definitely not accusing you of that, but it is good that you were able to get in and out. Happens all the time. All right, so current heat map on CIEN, G21 we got in, G23 yesterday, G25 today. I said I'd get out at G31, which is 10-point spread. So CIEN stays on. No need to worry about CIEN. No order blocks in the way. Not below the half ATR, not below the 10. Not at the heat map. So we're good. So let's pop open CIEN and roll it real quick. Oh, I did that wrong. CIEN? Yeah. So we're in the 55s. Looking to roll up maybe to the 60, maybe the 60s. 440. Okay. Lots of liquidity. 89 cents on 370. It's 24%. I can live with that. Okay. I like it. 55 cents on, or 55 up to the 60 on CIEN. So selling to close the 55, buying to open the 60. See if I can get 450 or 440. What says, nice trade on CIEN. I declined it because TradingView was showing an order block, but apparently TrendSpider thought it was inconsequential. I don't know what happened with that. CIEN filled at 440. Heck yeah. Doing awesome today. CIEN filled at 440. Let's move up the half ATR real quick. Oh man, you guys are getting, I finally am beating you guys. Usually, and Yor knows all about this, you guys are taking me to the bank, getting nickels and dimes out in front of me, but I managed to do it today. 440 for me, 435 for you guys. Okay, so let's move this up. Half an ATR. It's $1.75 on the ATR right now. Minus 62, 68, 61.80. Okay, so if it gets below that point, Uncle Chris is getting out. Let's go over to here. Let's fill this in where we rolled CIEN for 440. There we go. Reply. Take it. Let's do the math on CIEN real quick. So we got into CIEN at, where did I get in at? There it is. 630. Okay. Paid 630. So we'll just start with the minus 630. Okay. And then we just took a credit of 440, which means we only have $1.90 in credit at this point, which is awesome because we got in at, we're getting at 630. So like 1/3 of the risk, right? We've already rolled out 2/3 of the risk. That's really freaking sweet. Okay. So we have 440 in credit right now. plus the value of the 60, which is, let's just say it's at 360. Okay, so basically our value is 800, which would be right at there, right at the 55. That makes sense, right? And then 800 over, we got in at 630. So 800 minus 630 divided by 630, which means we're at 27% winner right now on CIEN. So awesome, awesome, awesome so far. Let's go to NRG. Yeah, we're not going to be rolling that up. Okay, we did take a while to reduce risk, but that's okay. That was worth it. I have more capital to trade with now. How about you? Let's go. I have a lot of capital to trade with now. I love the fact that I added a big deposit to my account. Okay, so running the screener right here came out with only a couple names. Running the screener came out with 3 names. Of those 3, CHRW was in industrials, which is bearish right now because it's gotten too high on the breadth. So that leaves TRGP and WPM, these 2. And then when I throw these in the charts, go to the bull list, and rescan it, TRGP is down a lot. I don't know what happened here, but I am glad I didn't trade that. WPM, however, I don't know why I didn't pull through on the scanner, but it looks good. It says it's close to an order block, but I don't. Do you guys see any order blocks above WPM? Because I don't. And I'm looking like way back in history. Maybe there's one from like a million years ago that's going to show up here. I don't think so. It looks like it's at all-time highs right now, or close to it. It's at least at multi-year highs. So WPM still looks good to me. So you got the 10, 20, 50, all pointing north. Let's just do this together. There's no order blocks in the way I can see. There's no earnings the next 3 days. Earnings shows where? Out here in November. 10, 20, 50s pricing higher and above the prior low. Yep. I don't know. Maybe it's close enough to this order block that it's causing an issue. Either way, I'm good for it. It's not running into an order block is the thing. So let's go to the next step, which we only have to look at one stock, so that makes it easy. Let's go to WPM on here. Trading views shows no order blocks. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. But I'm good for it. Yesterday, it was at G20. Today is at G22. So the heat map is not already stalled. Good there. What is our back test? Just curious. WPM. 25.28%. I like it. Now let's go to the option chain on WPM. Oh, we got an option here. We got one option here. The 80 delta in October, 50 cents extrinsic value on $5 is 10%. I like that. 416s greater than 250. Look at that. I'll take it. Yes, please. It's only 20 cents right now. Ascending triangle looks bullish. My friend, you know more about that than I do. I have no idea about chart patterns. My go-to on chart patterns is the and this is my joke because I don't know chart patterns, is the upside down triangle cheesecake staircase bull flag pennant. That's the only chart pattern I know of. No, I take that back. I like a cup and handle, right? I can see those, and Minervini's the VCP pattern, which is exactly this. Watch this. Minervini's VCP pattern is this. Right there. That's precisely what that is. That sounds great. Yeah, I had a chance to work with Minervini. It was pretty cool. Oh, he texted me the other day for his birthday party. And I was like, oh, maybe I will. He lives like in Myrtle Beach or something. So it'd be a little bit of a trek to go out there. Okay, so we've got this coming through. I don't see any issues here. Let's double check. We've gone through everything. Yeah, all that looks great. Let's look to open the trade in WPM. the 60 calls. What is up with the 60 calls? We're going to own all the 60 calls if we keep this up. WPM 60 calls. Get your position size. Remember, when we position size, we want a position size based on volatility, right? Don't just buy a random number. Get the right size, okay? If you don't already have a copy of the scanner, go into the Discord, get out of the way, go over here to the VIP Investors Toolkit and get this file right here, the power scanner. And then you're going to see this file right here. You can just type in WPM and then add in what you need to over here. You're good to go. Randy says, I show no liquidity. The only liquidity I see, Randy, is on the 60s. I don't see it anywhere else. And so that actually is great because that fits our trading criteria. 10 cents wide, roughly 10% extrinsic value, more than 250. So I'm good for it. But let's see if we can get filled. That's the real question. Is there enough liquidity to get filled? All right, I'm going to start at 495. Filled, 495 right away. That tells me liquidity is good. All right, so I went to WPM October 18th, 60 calls at 495. Today is the 26th. Trade number 1, October, WPM 60 calls at 495. WPM is currently trading at 64.26. There you go. Lock it. Now let's go fill this in. 64.26 was my opening. Half an ATR down. Current ATR is $1.53. So 76 cents minus 64.20. 64.25. 63.49. That works. 5.0. Driving a Mustang there, Wes. All right. And then we go 64.26 plus 153, 65.79. That'll do. Do it again. 67.32. That'll do right there. Okay, cool. Add that to my main list. So we're in light. We're in CIEN. We're in NRG. And we're in WPM. Not bad. Way to go, team. All right, so that's going to wrap today, right? A lot of work, but of course, totally worth it, right? It is so cool to see you guys being successful, as well as making some money, right? And I really, really, really do appreciate the time that you guys are spending in the Discord, right? Because we want you to let us know how you're using it and to share that with other people. That's so important. Tug got in at 5 as well. And thank you so much for being an outlier, right? We could not do this without you, right? Every single day, we want to pay you back by helping you save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And don't forget, next week, we are raising the price of the annual plan. It's currently just $2.99, which is literally 82 cents a day. So go grab your annual plan if you don't already have it. And remember, the first rule of Outlier is you tell everyone about Outlier. And y'all have been killing the thumbs up button. So please continue to hit that like button. That way, you can tell everybody on YouTube just how much you like this video. So Jorn says you got filled at 495 too. Thank you all so much for coming today. Really appreciate all you do for us here at Outlier. I'm super glad that I can be a part of your day. Have a fantastic afternoon, and we'll talk soon.